Oh, they're both so good. I don't know which one I like the most. Hey guys, you know when it's like Saturday and you want breakfast, but maybe you don't want the same thing that you've been having all week? So you're like, I want to make something fancy, but it takes too long. I'm going to show you today how to take like commonly available products that are accidentally vegan and turn them into delicious breakfast items. Hey guys, I'm Candace the Edgy Veg, and if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. I make new videos every Tuesdays and Thursdays at 4 p.m. I'm so excited today because today we have another sponsored video from Gousta. I genuinely really love them. They are a Canadian product made here in Canada. Today I'm going to show you how to use a Bisquick baking mix and like a accidentally vegan pastry to make sausage rolls and to make the most delicious sausage and cheese breakfast scones. Okay, so these are some pretty commonly found products in grocery stores that just happen to be accidentally vegan. So Bisquick is like a baking mix. You can make biscuits with it, waffles, pancakes. These guys, which are Pillsbury crescent rolls, which are also accidentally vegan because they use oil instead of butter. If you have this stuff laying around at home, you can actually turn them into sausage rolls or croissants or biscuits really quite easily and hack your breakfast. So let's make the biscuits first. My whole inspiration for these guys was to take, you know those Red Lobster Cheddar Bay biscuits that people lose their mind over? I wanted to take that kind of biscuit idea, but turn it into a breakfast biscuit with a breakfast sausage. So today I'm going to be using the Gousta brunch sausage, maple and apples. So really nice breakfast flavor. It's nice and soft. It kind of reminds me of like the traditional breakfast sausage that you would serve on the side of like bacon and pancakes. That's what this is mimicking, just vegan. So what we're going to do is crumble that up and also use the Gousta Swiss style cheese. And I've grated that and we're going to make some scones. All right, I've preheated my oven, 400 degrees. First step I'm going to do is take my Bisquick. You can do this by hand. It's actually safer to do by hand if you have a pastry cutter, but I'm going to use this guy just because I have it. I don't have a pastry cutter. So I'm going to add the Bisquick and cold butter to my bowl, and you can do this with a fork as well or a pastry cutter and just kind of mash the butter into the Bisquick. You want large chunks of butter, so don't mix it until it's smooth. So I have just cold butter here. And you want to make sure that your butter is cold because that's how you are going to get the flakiness. So I'm just using a vegan margarine. You can use something like Earth Balance or vegan base cell or whatever your favorite brand is. Then I'm going to toss this guy on here and I'm just going to stir it slightly so that it's incorporated. You don't want to overmix this. I say butter, but like it's vegan margarine for anyone that's, you know, just tuning in and missed that part and is like, oh my God, butter's not vegan. If you are using a stand mixer and you're finding that some of the pieces are too large and not incorporating, just go in with a fork. All right, that's pretty good. Now we are going to add our soy milk. I'm using unsweetened soy milk here. We're going to add the cheese. Again, whatever your favorite vegan cheese is, just make sure that it's grated. I'm using a Swiss style from Gousta. Now this is completely optional. I just love the flavor combination of the jalapeno with the breakfast. You are getting like a really nice depth of flavor, adding a little bit of heat to it. So you can do this or cayenne, or if you don't like heat, just leave it out. Plus it looks nice to have nice green flecks in it. And then I have some garlic powder. We're going to go in with a spoon and give it a mix. You wanna make sure it's incorporated, but do not overmix it. If you have some pieces that are really floury, that's okay. So I don't want to overmix it, so I'm going to leave it like that. Now the next step you can either do on your counter with a round pastry cutter, or you can just do it scooping with like an ice cream scoop, and I'm going to do that because that's what everyone has at home. I assume that you're eating ice cream in your life. Add in your sausage. All right, that's looking pretty good. Make sure not to overmix it. So I have 2 ice cream scoops here. This is about a 1/4 cup, which is the smaller one, so I'm going to use that. But if you have one of these guys, you can use that as well if you want larger biscuits or scones. I don't like go in and then smooth the top. I just kind of leave whatever's there. So it ends up being a little bit more than this guy. So you can just go in. I feel like that was a sentence that made no sense, but that's okay. So that's about what you want. So it's overflowing a little bit. And then you can just put it on your baking tray. Now you can use parchment, but I love these baking mats. They are low waste because you use it over and over and over again. And they're nice and cheap, which is great. You can get them like at any baking shop for like a few bucks. And you don't have to grease anything. You're going to do this with your entire batter. Try to make them, you know, roughly the same size, and that's where the ice cream scoop comes in handy. And pretty much what the Bisquick is doing here is it's replacing your need to individually have, you know, flour and leavening agents like baking soda or baking powder, and then adding like sugar. So instead of a bunch of ingredients to make these nice and fluffy, you just have the Bisquick and then you add everything else to it. So you should be able to make 12 to like 15 depending on how large you're making them. I have 12 here. Okay, so you want to stick these guys into the oven for about 15 to 17 minutes. Keep an eye on them. You just want them to be nice and golden brown and even and just tasty. All right, stick them in. All right, while all those are in the oven, I'm going to make the butter topper that we're going to brush on top. Now what I have here is just some plain old melted vegan butter. I'm going to add that to a bowl and whisk it together with some parsley. You can use dried or fresh, whatever you have on hand, and also some garlic powder. Add a whisk. All right, and that is ready to go for when those biscuits come out of the oven. So I have just a wire cooling rack here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take these guys and move them from the pan onto the wire cooling rack, and then put the wire cooling rack back in the pan. Then I'm going to grease them, and that way you don't have, you know, buttery grease all over your counter. So I like to use the help of a spatula because they're quite delicate, and pop it back into the pan. Carefully, don't burn yourself. We're gonna go ahead and just brush the butter all over our biscuits. If you are trying to use less oil in your cooking or baking, you can always just not do this, but I mean, this is a treat, so just go for it. All right. All right, for the second breakfast hack, I'm going to show you how to take crescent rolls and make them into sausage rolls or pigs in a blanket. Now, you can do this a couple different ways. You can just take these accidentally vegan puff pastries. Also, a lot of puff pastries that are available in grocery stores are also accidentally vegan. So whether you use like this brand or another puff pastry is really up to you. But what I like to do is take the Gouda brunch sausage. Again, they are the maple and apple Gouda brunch sausage. I like to cut them in half, and then we're going to wrap that in the pastry. You can do it just like that. You can do it with cheese, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some just plain, and I'm going to do some with red pepper jelly. After we do that, I'm going to take aquafaba. So if you've never worked with aquafaba before, it's just the water from a can of chickpeas. I'm going to foam that a little bit and just brush that on top of each sausage roll. And what that will do is create a nice, shiny, it's like, you know, when you do like an egg wash on top of baking things, it's the same idea. And then we're going to sprinkle it with some sesame seeds. This is really great if you're having a bunch of people over for brunch and you just, you know, you want to wow, but you don't want to spend your entire morning or night before in the fridge. We'll trick your guests into thinking that you slaved for hours. All right, so we've got this guy, and it's already kind of like pre-seamed. With a normal puff pastry, you will have to kind of cut them into triangles yourself, and that's fine, it's easy to do. But with this one, it's already ready to go for you. So I cut these sausages in the brunch sausage in half because I wanted it to be more of like a pig in a blanket style sausage roll as opposed to big sausage sticking out on either end. I think I'm gonna do half with this red pepper jelly, and you can use whatever jelly or jam you like. You can use like an apricot jam or fruit preserve. I just like this one. I like the flavor of the spiciness that you get with a red pepper jelly with the sweetness of the apple and maple in the Gouda brunch sausage. So I'm just taking a little bit of that and adding it to the pastry, and you can leave this out entirely if you don't want it. All right, so I'm just going to spread that out. Then we are going to add our sausage. So just take your brunch sausage, put it on the end there, and roll it on up. Like a little sausage croissant. And then I also like to take kind of the end and just wrap it under, and then it's enclosed on one end and open on the other. So you want to do that with all of your pastry. All right, we have all of our rolls here. They're seamed down. Now I'm just going to take some aquafaba and just brush the top. This is a completely optional step. You can also do this with something like almond milk or soy milk if you want to, or even oil. I just find that it helps the seeds stick and it adds a nice sheen. All right, now you can stick those guys into the oven for about 12 to 15 minutes. All right, guys, there you have it. 2 recipes that you can make at home, just hacking accidentally vegan items. So we have our sausage and cheese biscuits. We also have our pigs in a blanket sausage roll type situation. I've already taken a bite of this because it's so good. But all of these ingredients are very easy to find. Thank you so much to Gusta for always supporting me and allowing me to, have this as a job by sponsoring my videos. If you guys want to learn more about Gusta, I'm going to leave a link in the description box down below so you can learn about this brand new product from them, the brunch sausage, which is maple and apple. It's so good. It's like not soft, but like more delicate than like the average. You know when you get like a vegan sausage and it's like kind of tough? It's nothing like that. It's so good. It like melts it. Oh, it's so good. I can't talk because I'm in love. Let me know in the comment section down below what kind of recipes you guys want to see next. And if you like these videos where I show you how to use an accidentally vegan product to make your job easier, let me know in the comment section. Give this video a big thumbs up. I know that a lot of this stuff is kind of like store-bought and pre-made, but people that aren't vegan aren't expected to make like puff pastry from scratch or like sausages from scratch. So I don't think that as vegans we should have to either. So that's why I'm trying to make your life easier. If you have 4 kids running around on a Sunday, this is going to be so easy for you to make. They are going to love it. Your partner's gonna love it. But I like to make these recipes that are easy for you guys so you don't have to spend many labor-intensive hours in the kitchen. I have to try both on camera. I learned this the hard time that you guys do not like when I skip out. So this is the scone. I'm gonna add a little bit of vegan butter. I don't know which one I like more. The scones, believe it or not, are a little bit lighter and fluffier, whereas the sausage rolls are a bit heavier, but not like in a bad way. Oh, they're both so good. I don't know which one I like the most. I like that there's a little bit of like spice with this from the jalapeno, but because we de-seeded it, it's not spicy. It's just like more of a burst of flavor. All right, guys, get out of my kitchen. I need to go eat. I hope you have an amazing weekend and happy brunching.